Afternoon, peace and blessings. This is going to be part one to a series that I had in mind to do. I wanted to kind of try to do like between a motivational Monday and just like a mental health awareness type of thing. And the first subject area that I was thinking about doing today was talking about suicide and suicide prevention. So I have a couple of facts here I'm going to go over. So the last, I got this from the World Health Organization, by the way, the website. The last 45 years, suicide rates have increased to about 6%. It's the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S. It's among the leading cause of death among individuals aged from 15 to 44, both male and female. Traditionally high among elderly males, but with young people the rates are increasing. Mental health disorders, mainly depression and substance abuse, account for 90% of suicides. Males are 4 times more likely to commit, but females are more likely to attempt than males. And nearly 30% all worldwide, suicides occur in China and India. So that's pretty crazy. These facts I have here, most of those facts came from the World Health Organization, from the National Institute of Mental Health, and also from the kidshealth.org. But I just think, personally, I think it's kind of crazy. I don't really wait for suicide month to come. Something that I do think about a lot. Not attempting it, but it's something that pops in my head a lot from friends that I know, and just dealing with different situations with involving suicide. But the audience I'm going to be talking to is going to be, of course, kids, teens, young adults, straight, gay, with LGBTQ. It doesn't matter. This is for all audiences. But as you guys know, most suicide attempts, they will occur by hanging, people trying to use a rope, take their life, or drug overdose, self-injury with a weapon. They might try to shoot themselves, that kind of thing, take their life, which sad. That's just sad. What I believe the big contributors are to this, and it's not an easy subject to talk about, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it has to be talked about. But I personally feel like a lot of this, comes through, people trying to fit in, people that might be considered, outcasts. I can consider myself an outcast still, but, as people that might be considered weird, or, not fit into the norm of what society wants you to fit into as. Another cause I could think about when it comes to suicide, maybe like academics, like young kids, they're trying to, please the family, or, they want to look good for the family. They want, these great grades, but, they might be struggling, in the classroom, or struggling, at home. Maybe the home conditions aren't the greatest, for them, and, it's a battle there. Another area, I'll say maybe like, with veterans, maybe their parents or a member of their family is a veteran, and, they constantly being moved around to different, different areas, maybe different countries, and, they have to, make new friends, that kind of thing, or the friends that they have made in the past, it's hard for them to, maintain those friendships. So, that can be crushing to an individual as well. I got a few notes I'm going to be, looking down a few times and, going over what I have. The big one, mental health. Like I said earlier, 90% of the suicide rates are involved in mental health. So that's a big one. People with anxiety, or, any other kind of mental health, or even drug abuse. Just a serious factor to it as well. I'll say parents' divorce would be another one that I did write down. going through a divorce can be traumatic for, young kids. My mom, she was married for a good amount of years. First time, I'm not gonna talk too much with my family, but my mom, she's married twice. She's currently married right now. So second one, and things are going great. But for the first marriage, lasted for a while. She went through a divorce. That was a bit tough on me. It was a bit tough on my sister as well. We kind of experienced, we're different people, so we dealt with it in different ways. But it was, tough on me for a number of reasons. Like my first stepdad, he was aggressive man. He hit me. I got hit a good amount of times when I was younger. I was kind of like the class clown. I always act out when I was younger. I always get hit for it. To the point where I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired of getting hit. But that was kind of like the usual. But just dealing with a divorce, or even dealing with also even a person being a single father, which I'm not, but this person being a single father, and trying to raise kids, and that could cause a lot of stress and trauma for them. Of course, finances, that's a big one. People struggling out there. Right now we're dealing with COVID, so people gotta trying to get their finances together, that kind of stuff. Working crazy hours, and to make ends meet, that kind of thing. Bullying is a huge one, and that's one that I dealt with. You guys that know me, I'm, of course, I was when you met me. I was skinny. I'm still considered skinny, at the age of 32. But I was born premature. My mom said when I was born, I was about the size of a soda can. I do not have. I wish I had one. I wish I brought my boot with me, but I have a bottle. So I would say I was probably about the size of somewhere along, those lines. You get the analogy. Size of a soda can. Me being skinny, me being underweight, in a society where most people are either, for the most part, they're fit, or, chubby, overweight, whatever, people get bullied. I dealt with it from elementary school. I still deal with it now. I'm 32. But, I just, now that I'm older, I speak up on it. But, bullying is a big factor with, is a huge factor with, suicide, especially with young adults, young kids, teenagers. Social media is something that, that I didn't really, when I was growing up, I didn't really have to deal with it like that. Social media, we had AOL chat. We chatted in the AOL chat room. MySpace was big back then, but then that kind of transitioned into Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter now, which I only use Instagram and Facebook, but I really don't post a great deal. But back to the topic, social media is big, when it comes to impacting, young kids. They get on there and, they on there with their friends, and of course they have to deal with, cyberbullying, which, is a cause of suicide. So, of course, there's pedophiles on there, there's people that's, on there specifically to, bother or, try to harm, these young kids on the internet, on these, social media websites. So just be, of course, we know this, but just be mindful of these kind of things. If you have kids, you want to give them the best. You want to, take care of them. You want to look out for them. So, just be mindful of that. I'm trying to keep this at 10 minutes. Looks like I'm going to hit a little bit more than 10 minutes. I'm going to cut it a little short. I'll just speak to you guys. Like I said, when it comes to this suicide thing, it's real. It's real. People out there, taking their lives, and I hate to say that. I hate to read about that. I hate to hear about that. It sucks. But it's people that's taking their lives. I don't want to be all serious and stuff like that. But what's going on? I just like if I could speak to someone before they would even think about doing this, I have thought about doing this in the past, honestly, when I was much younger. It's like I said, when I was dealing with my first stepdad, that was, like I said, that was rough for me. I would say it, but I would never actually have harmed myself. But I know, there's people out there, they might be on the edge. They might be considering, have, crazy thoughts in their heads, or, situation might not be right. Like I was saying earlier, the situations I laid out earlier. If I could, I'm just gonna speak right now, tell you, your life has value. Your life has purpose. If nobody else says it, I love you. I care about you. I'll just say that I hope, you could find whatever happiness, whatever forms of happiness, things that bring you, happiness. For me, I paint. I haven't painted in about a year, but I paint, I draw. I'll, play video games from time to time. I'll, might look at some of the inspiration. I might read a motivational book, or read like a, different range of genre books, spend time with family. But once again, if I could just speak to these people, like I said earlier, just know you have a purpose, there's a power that is in you, that's working with you. I just pray, you don't, if you get them crazy thoughts, you want to take, you're thinking about doing that, just, stop yourself, remind yourself, you all love people that love you. There's, strangers that love you. Things might be feel a little bit rocky, but I just, I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. I hope that, you find a, strong support system, strong friends that really genuinely care about you, because that's hard to come by these days. And I could probably count the number of friends, true friends. I have more than enough associates, but the true friends, I could count them on this one hand alone. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just rooting for you. Hoping you, fight the good fight, and live your life with purpose and value. And okay, to end this, I also have the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-TALK or 8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK 8255. Or you can also text hello to 741-741. And this is available 24/7. But like I said, seriously, if there's anyone, like I have a small I was gonna say a small following on social media, but if there's anyone in my group that might be going through something, you might be having a hard time, or you just you fighting something, my line's open. You can hit me up on Messenger, call me, whatever. Like I'm supportive. I'm there for you. But once again, I'm gonna end this peace and blessings. I hope I got my point across. This is my first time doing this video, so I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more organized, better. But